Halloween is here. Come join me. It's gonna get chilly. Hi guys, I'm Tracy with one of my favorite, frosty side of me. And for today's video, we're gonna kick off this Halloween season with a countdown to Halloween. You know there's lots of countdowns for Christmas. Why is none for Halloween? Or at least I haven't seen one. So let's try to make something cool to make us extra excited for Halloween to come.
Finally Halloween, time to DIY, get creative, and get back to some of the old classics. Like working with air dry modeling clay. I think it's been maybe years, a couple of years since I used it, because I did find foamy and loved it. But if you're going for something as structured as we are going for, air dry modeling clay is definitely the better option. First, for our countdown with Jason, we're going to be making the blade and the dies. With the dies, you need to try for them to be the same size or very similar. After all, they're going to be switching from one eye to the other when we're counting down the days till it's actually Halloween. And to add a little more personality to the blade, I thought, what if we made it with an eye and bat wings? So we're going to be starting with the wings. A little something, guys, when you're going to be doing DIYs that are this elaborate, you need to think about the layers, what goes in what. For example, the blade goes in the handle, so we need the blade to be as strong and as dry as possible for it to hold up. Same as the wings are going to go into the eye. So we need them to be dry and strong so they can hold up when we insert them in the eye. And the eye, we're going to be making it with the eyelets, of course. So it's very important for them to be drawn with the knife, but also for it to look like it's 3D. And we're going to be needing also to make a cut in the parts where we are going to be putting our wings so that the space is already done. I know you may think like just stick it in there and close it, but it won't dry as well. So it's best if we let them dry and place them later with a hot glue gun. Also remember that the parts that are pointy are supposed to be looking out. Now to make the knife handle, you need to roll like a little bit of the air dry modeling clay. And don't worry if it's a little rusty or if it doesn't have like best detail, because it's a knife. Knives aren't exactly perfect. However, if you do want to smooth out certain parts, you can just dip your brush into water. Also, for the eye, we're gonna be mixing it, and in this part we are gonna let it dry together. So we just raise the air dry clay from the handle into the eye. Probably the hardest part, the one that needs more detail, is the hockey mask that Jason wears. So for this, you're gonna need to take your time so that you can add a weight at the eyeball holes, you could say. And of course, we need to be cutting the dies place. Do take into account that each time you're molding on the face, you need to check again that the dies will fit, because if you move the clay, the hole may become tighter and smaller. Also, we're going to be making points for the mask that we are later going to be painting. So for that, you can use pretty much anything that has a round end to it. Now the mask is on top of his face. So with the knife, we're gonna be making sure that it's marked, and we can also raise it a little bit. And now we need to make the incision where we're gonna be placing the blade on Jason's head. So take your time, measure it well, so that when it dries, it fits exactly the knife. You could actually start painting the wings now. And don't worry if it has like a few white lines. Now it's time we get to painting. The handle can be pretty much any color you want. And the eye holes are going to be also in black. But you could have done at least a handle like in brown, maybe green, purple. The eye, we're going to be making it red. Also note that I'm using a Sharpie. You can use also red paint. But the one that I have is actually not looking so good. For the dies, I'm going to leave you the numbers that each one has to have on the comment section. Also take into account that drawing the numbers can be a bit tricky after all it's small. So you could do them with a Sharpie or with a pencil and some paint. Don't forget to add a little light to the eye. And now we're gonna get Jason a little bloody. After all, he is Jason. And right now I'm using a little bit of fake blood. You could also use red painting or food coloring. Remember to also splash his mask. After all, he does get a little bit dirty. And to let it all dry. It can take a little bit, but once it's dry, we can use our hot glue gun and get the wings in place. If a little extra glue gun is there, don't worry, you can just paint it. Also, we're gonna be adding Days Till Halloween in some painting. And now we can just put it together. So Jason, how many days till Halloween?
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll be watching you. Bye guys.